type.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ross Patterson Revolution! Brought to you by BlackRifleCoffee.com. Boy. Wow, a lot of people say to me, why do you always wear hats? You have a fucking mane. It's true. I do. I do have a mane of hair. It's just easier. Hats are just easier. And that's the day. You know what isn't easier is wearing an outfit like this through the streets like it's your everyday motherfucking job. I'm talking about Jesse Wiseman's outfit right here.
What?
I don't know.
What's going on?
Anything you want to tell us? Or
why can't I live? I just don't understand why you won't let me live.
You can definitely live.
Why won't you let me live?
I come home. This is what you're wearing. Where did you get this? Where did you get this today?
Walmart.
You got
I got a Walmart.
Walmart's got like the Christmas jams.
They do, and it's one of those things that like
it's pretty hidden.
Stuff will just catch your eye, right? Yeah. And you'll be like, I am here for kitty litter only. Right. Only. You son of a bitch.
And now
blinders on. Yeah. And this little number, I just turned. I had to have it.
It's a beautiful one piece. Is it? It is one piece, right?
It is one piece. It's a onesie.
It's nice. It's real nice.
Zips all the way
Whoa. Watch for the ratings down there, okay? If the show starts to lull later, then you can unzip it another 3 or 4 inches.
Give me the go ahead, okay? You don't need to be worried about.
I don't need a lot for Christmas. Christmas time is all I need. There's nothing more depressing than hearing that song. Drunk, really drunk.
Really?
The Mariah Carey song.
I think
it's because of all she's been through. She's been through a lot.
Yeah, I think back in the day it was very comforting, and I think now it's sort of like
it's kind of tragic. Mm-hmm. Like I picture Anna Nicole Smith, like that was one of the last songs she listened to when she was painted like the clown, and right before she died. I think that's what she was probably singing to herself, was something like that.
I think she was wearing something like this, wasn't she?
Probably.
It was a fuzzy.
Probably.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Anna Nicole, obviously. Still thinking about her.
Do you?
No. You know what? I think about her twice a year. Mm-hmm. Once when Entertainment Tonight does a special on Danny Lynn, the child.
And the dad.
Yeah. And they make them stand over the grave and then they say what year it is. Like how many years she's been dead.
Look, it's late. Can I be real?
Yeah, you can be totally real.
Is there something wrong with that kid?
Fire away. No.
The daughter?
No. Wonky eye. That's about it. But
teeth,
I think,
eyes.
No, I think
she's fine?
Yeah. They put a lot. Here's the thing. If you're the daughter of Anna Nicole Smith.
Sure.
You're supposed to be a banger. You're supposed to be a smacker of a where it's tough because we have friends who have kids who aren't attractive, and you're like, man, I don't understand that. That child doesn't look like what you look like.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
No, but look, I would admit it if it was my own child. I'd be like, all right, gosh.
I don't know if you would.
I would, and I'll tell you why I would. When our child was like, I don't know, 3 or 4 months old, I wasn't posting pictures.
No, it was ugly.
It was ugly. He didn't have his shit together yet. And
he had baby acne. It was like this weird coloration. And you didn't know. Like, ew,
I didn't know what he was going to look like.
Sure.
And so I didn't want to bother everybody else and be like, oh, hey. Because what happens when you post a picture of your own child is you're essentially asking for other people to say, oh my gosh, you have a cute child.
Right. And whether they mean it or not.
Yeah, exactly. But I knew at the time, I was like, he's kind of weird looking now. He'll grow out of this. I'm just not going to post.
Right.
I'm just not going to post his picture.
Right. Smart.
Luckily, he got better looking later. And you know what? Like, I'm not the bad one in this. You know who told me this? A group of moms.
Yeah.
Dead serious. A group of moms. I was I was with Jax at the mall, and like I overheard them talking, like taking Instagram photos and things like that. And I was like, oh hey, are you guys really teasing it up here for the gram? You know? And they were like, yeah, but we had to wait. we had to wait until a certain 8, and I was like, oh, fuck, is that a thing?
Did you get their number? I would hang out with them.
I know.
But I love a mom that will call their child ugly.
Yeah.
Like, that's my type of person.
Yeah, for sure. But there isn't a lot where,
no.
Well, look, I'm a dad. It was just like, he's not ready for prime time yet.
Sure.
He'll grow out of it.
Yeah, we knew, but
Yeah. But, I don't want to throw pictures out there knowing and being like, he's not fully ready yet for this. The internet's a cruel place.
Yeah.
Real cruel.
Sure. Sure.
Nothing was on display more than how cruel the internet was than today.
What?
Keaton Jones. This whole episode's for Keaton, by the way.
Oh, dedicated. We're dedicating a show.
I am praying. Yeah, we're praying for this whole fucking thing. I really want to dive into this Keaton Jones story that's been eating up the internet today. Because I saw this video for I don't know, the last like 36 hours on everybody's feed. Something didn't sit right with me.
I know what you're talking about.
Something didn't shake out right with me with it. So I didn't post about it, and I didn't say anything. I was like, all right, I'm gonna wait to see how this all goes. Like, if the kid ends up on Ellen, then I know it's like legit. If it doesn't, if the kid doesn't, then
you gotta beware.
Shit's fucked up.
Sure.
Shit's fucked up, and I don't. As of right now, still don't know the real answer.
Right.
But it's a fascinating story, and we'll dive right in. We got a big show tonight. That election is today. In Alabama, Roy Moore. Fuck, man. The country's on edge again. Woo! What's going to happen? James is in a onesie. I'm drinking whiskey out of a Black Rifle coffee mug. We got a hot show.
Yours?
Yeah. I'm not drinking coffee right now.
It's
too close to the holidays.
Fun concoction. Yeah, I think December's a freebie month, huh?
November and December is like a
free
drinking, eating. It's a freebie month for both. I look like the lost member of the fucking Doobie Brothers. So who gives a shit?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, who cares what I really...
Your hair is looking great, though.
Very, very Doobie.
And I don't just, hand out compliments willy-nilly.
I appreciate that.
Almost never, to be honest.
Almost. Never.
To you, almost never. But I will say, your hair's looking good.
I appreciate it.
I'm going to leave it at that.
Got a lot of bounce in it. You know why it's looking so good?
What?
I'm using one of our first sponsors, straightrazors.com.
What?
Yeah, they got some new shampoo and fucking conditioner. I've been using the shit out of this. They made Smolder. I've talked about it on the show forever. How much I love Smolder. Not only the aftershave, but the Cologne, Cologne West. The cologne is to fucking kill a baby for. And now they've got the shampoo. So they got the shampoo, the conditioner, the aftershave, all of it. StraightRazors.com is the premier place to get all of your shaving needs. All of them, Jabes. Every single last one of them.
I believe you.
It's a great gift for Christmas.
Sure.
You haven't talked to your uncle. You haven't talked to brother, father in a while. Give him a nice little shave kit.
I just talked to my brother, and with the fires.
Yeah.
The crazy fires, evacuation.
Sure.
Places burning down. One burning down, the other one not. He left his door open.
Oh. Is this Ben?
This is Ben.
Yeah.
Ben, you know who you are.
Not
surprised.
No, not surprised with Ben.
It was a dude bro move. And it's like the sliding glass door to his chill bro fucking balcony.
He's going to have a
so they're
smoky Christmas.
Yeah, they're literally cleaning ashes
You'll never
out of the
get
house.
it out.
And it's like...
You'll never get it out.
It didn't need to happen.
No.
It just didn't need to happen.
No.
He'll
never get it out. But
never.
You know what you can do is you can get him a shaving kit from straightrazors.com and say, I'm sorry for
all that.
The hell you're going to endure. And I'm sorry you're not going to get your security deposit back. Nothing says I love you, bro, like a nice shaving kit from straightrazors.com. Big fan of them. Go to straightrazors.com, type in the promo code REVOLUTION for 20% off. Next up, I'm drinking it right now. We got blackriflecoffee.com. Drinking out of their mugs.
Yeah.
I got some whiskey in here.
Don't lie.
I drink their coffee every fucking day.
Lie.
And that's real. Blackriflecoffee.com. These are their K-Cups. Caffeinated as fuck and just black. We get two orders of these fucking big dogs sent to the house every month. I think it's 8 boxes total. is what it is. Huge fan of blackriflecoffee.com. They're our newest sponsor.
Yeah.
They're sponsoring the entire show for the year 2018, which is exciting because not only am I a huge fan, I already drank this shit anyways. Like,
yeah,
I drink it we drink it every goddamn day.
Yeah.
But they've got the dopest cups, apparel, everything you could possibly imagine. And it's a premium roast to blend coffee that they make it individually and then they ship it to your house. And I got to be honest, like, fuck, I never liked coffee this much. This coffee I fucking love. And now they're a sponsor. So
you go caffeinated.
It's kind of a win-win.
You go caffeinated as fuck. I go just black, and I refuse to go back.
Oh, nailed it.
Boom.
Yep. Once you go just black, you never go.
It just feels, it's like we're legitimate now, you know? When Black
real.
Rifle is like, we like you, and we're like, we like you too.
Yeah.
It's like,
big fan.
We're cool now.
Whew, big fan. Get yourself a subscription of the month. That's what they're known for.
It's the only way.
That's what we do. And it's about their K cups. In all seriousness, they're about $4 to $5 cheaper than Costco. So, and they just ship it right to your house. You don't have to fucking drive there. Go to blackriflecoffee.com. Type in the promo code REVOLUTION for 20% off. Get yourself a subscription. Tell them Ross sent you. Look at that, James. Drinking out of the mug. I like it a lot. Last but not least, we got StrikeForceEnergy.com. I'm going to hold up one of their new boxes. This is one of their new flavors. Grape. Make America grape again. Big fan of fucking StrikeForceEnergy.com. They've been with us since day one. OGs, OG players. And they're not going anywhere anytime soon. Not going anywhere anytime soon. You can kick the can, kids. You don't need a can. All you need to do is rip open a tiny little tin pouch full of energy, squeeze it into any liquid available. I'm talking beers, waters, liquors, LaCroix, if you will. And it'll get you juiced right back up. Like a lot of war fighters in Ethiopia take cot. You don't need that anymore. You don't need that.
Oh.
Yeah, you don't need to take cot, and you can kick the can. You don't need the cans anymore, kids. You can get rid of Monster, Red Bull, Kickstart, all that shit. Go to StrikeForceEnergy.com. Type in the promo code REVOLUTION for 20% off. They ship everywhere in the entire world. They have a subscription of the month club, and these fucking boxes, get a box of 10 for like $9.95.
You can be set.
Boom. Stocking stuffers. Go to StrikeForceEnergy.com. Type in the promo code REVOLUTION for 20% off. Last but not least, check out At Night She Cries While He Rides a Steed. It's my book. It's the greatest book ever written by the greatest author of this or any generation. Sequel's coming out next summer. And it's great. That's a great fucking bowl read. It's a great toilet read.
Bowl read?
Yeah, I don't often say that.
I've never heard it.
No, ever. But it's a great toilet read. If you're out there and you need a nice read for the toilet, or you can just go ahead and go get the book at audible.com. Just plug in and listen to it on the toilet. Either way, you know, it's a nice little way to treat yourself on the toilet.
Mm-hmm.
You love toilet humor.
I do love a bit of pee pee poo poo, don't I?
Yeah, you do love it.
It's my favorite.
So you standing with Keaton Jones? That's my question for you, Jabes.
Am I standing with Keaton Jones?
Yeah.
Well, but tell me what that means.
It's a crazy story. This is a really crazy fucking story. So there's a kid who got bullied in school. A white kid, appears to be from the South, has a Southern accent. I didn't really dig too much in his personal history.
Right.
Because I had a feeling when this story got started, something was weird about it. And I couldn't figure out what it was. And so I followed Dana White, the president of UFC, followed Mark Ruffalo and Chris Evans as well, a bunch of people. And this video kept popping up in my feed. And it was this kid sitting in the passenger seat of his car, and he was crying. And he was recounting a story of how he got bullied at school. And his mom was asking him why he got bullied and what he, why and how unfair it is and all this, X, Y, and Z. And when you watch it, like initially, if you just turned it off after like 30 seconds, you're like, oh man, I feel terrible for this kid. Like, I don't want to watch this anymore.
That's what I did.
Right. But then the mom starts asking him questions after that. Enough people started posting it that I went back to the video and I replayed the whole thing. And his mom starts asking him questions. And I was like, all right, is this a teaching moment? Or is there something else involved here?
Mm-hmm.
Are they going for cash and fame? Like what's the real story? And I didn't know. I didn't know until a MMA boxer for Bellator has an upcoming fight this weekend, offered to fly him out, give him seats to the tournament, watch the fucking tournament, and then fly home.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he made a video on his Twitter saying, I called and I talked to the mom, and the mom told me personally that no, he doesn't want to be flown out. That instead, it would be more beneficial if they just donated money to a GoFundMe campaign that they had started. And the boxer was like, the fighter, forgive me.
Yeah.
The MMA fighter was like, I found it really strange, and I don't know what that says. Of what do you mean you just want money and you don't want to come out to, fly out to see the fight and all that stuff? Like, it seems a little weird.
Yeah.
And so he just said, look, I don't know what the situation is, and I'm just going to leave this where it is, and everybody else can try to figure this out as it goes. So the day's going on, and suddenly this GoFundMe's shot up to like $56,000, like real quick. And it was like, whoa, now this is getting serious. Well, then people start pulling images off of the mom's Facebook feed. And it's her posing with like the Confederate flag and some other stuff. And there was a bunch of other stories that said that, he was picking on some black children in his class.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he got beat up, and that's why he got bullied, because he was saying awful things to them.
Okay.
I don't know what the story really is, because before we got on air, they pulled the GoFundMe campaign, and the president of GoFundMe pulled the campaign himself.
Oh shit! Do you know how much they made?
They stopped it. It stopped at $56,000 or $58,000.
Oh my God.
But it only stopped because they pulled it. This kid was trending number one. The name Keaton was trending number one in the world on Twitter all day.
Okay.
So everybody was force-fed this story, and he's just getting, him, the mom, and the process are just getting ripped apart. And John Mayer had an interesting tweet about it that essentially said, and this isn't verbatim, I'm just going to try to sum this up here, but he essentially said, this is the microcosm of when we look back of 2017 and what's been going on in the world today. And I'm curious to see how this thread turns out, like really turns out.
Right.
And when I sat with that comment, I couldn't help but agree with him and think the same thing of like, all right, you're in an era of fake news. You're in an era of jamming a news story out as fast as you can. Any type of video, any type of
or
reports.
exposing bullying.
Yes,
all the time. It's like our biggest fucking thing.
Everything else. I mean, everything else this year with fake news, sexual harassment, bullying, shaming, all of this stuff. Which bullying does need to be brought up. Like instances where there is a victim. They do need to be publicized, but for what reason? Like this was maybe out of cash, maybe out of fame. I don't know what the reason was,
or just attention. But either way, it's bad.
But when I thought about it, like
sympathy.
I was like, why would the mom film the son on this? Like it wasn't as if the cell phone footage was captured of him getting bullied at school. The mom was in the car.
He took the phone and was like talking to his fucking YouTube.
The mom was talking to him, and a bunch of people online are like, "Is she coaching him to cry? Like, what is this? I don't know what this is."
Mm-hmm.
And that made me think as well, where I was like, "Man, would I ever do that to my child? Turn the camera on him and have him tell a story about his day?"
No,
I wouldn't.
No, if he got beat up or something like that, like no, we're going home.
To me, it's only going to make it worse. So
it's just, what's the point?
Now, this woman's getting torched. The son's getting torched online. And no one knows the real answer to this story of what happened yet. I'm sure they will get to the bottom of it in the next few days of what it is. And this will be outed and either used as an example. Or
on either side,
on either side. Or this kid's going to end up on Ellen and, it's going to be fucking Harlem World for him and he's going to get, free snow skis or whatever. But I Again, like with all of the fake news that is going on today, with CNN had to retract a story on Friday. We already talked about the ABC News guy who got fired. Mm-hmm. None of this shit is real, and it's you're kind of just putting videos and stories out there just for like, oh man, I just need something to fill this half hour real quick till the next fucked up thing happens. And yeah, I mean, look, there's going to be another Keaton Jones. There's going to be another, Chewbacca mom and all of that shit. And that's what you're hoping for.
I already thought GoFundMe was actually getting a little bit crazy.
Oh, what with the request for things?
Just like my car broke down and I really need to like get to work. Right. And if we could do a GoFundMe. And for me, I think it should be used for different, I don't know, certain things. When there's a GoFundMe, I'm like,
sure, cool.
And then certain things I'm like, the choices that you made in your life have brought you to the point where if your car breaks down, you need to ask the internet for money. And I think that I'm not going to help you fix the choices that you made in your life to get to this point. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I saw one that I knew on Facebook who was asking for rent money. But then like 3 days earlier, he was out partying in Hollywood, and I was just
like,
hey,
if you,
man.
Like my friend got in an accident. She's a hairstylist and lost her leg and needs money for
medical bills
and getting back on your feet. And when you lose work for that, for that amount of time, but it was just whatever you can, you know what I mean? Like help. And it was another friend putting it together to help her out.
Well, there's no way to vet it, which is the problem. Because the other problem is this, by the way, is there is the possibility, and I don't want to shit on this completely. There is the possibility, they said, that this GoFundMe, and because another one popped up for this kid as well, that both of them could have been fake. So, hey,
not put up by either his mom or
the family, and just put up by somebody else. Because you could.
But why would the mom say it's better for you to?
Was he talking to the mom? Is the other story. Because let's say you reached out through the GoFundMe account, and it's through somebody's email. They could call you back and say, "Hey,
that would be horrible if it was real." And then people were setting up the account.
Yeah. And I don't know the answer.
Now I'm in the Matrix.
Yeah.
That's
why I said, and this is the perfect microcosm of 2017.
That's possible. That's a possibility.
Yes.
That's horrible.
And I hate to hammer on the news, but the news cycle has set this up where if you don't believe your own news anymore, if you don't believe your day-to-day news and what's going on, how are you supposed to believe the rest of the shit that's happening to people where you're like, you're so desensitized by everything across the board that you just kind of look at this shit and you're like, whatever, I guess it's fine. Like, or you're super negative and you're like, oh, that's not real. Or, there is no right answer for this. Again, an answer will come out because now this story's too big that people are going to dig into this kid and his mom and this whole shit and figure out what it is. Hopefully, I hope it's an innocent thing and that,
But then we have jumped to a bad place. So then we will have to feel bad.
We did not. Because I'm telling you the story as it is.
Okay.
Whether or not it is real or false, I don't know. But all I can tell you is what the internet.
The facts.
No, not even the facts.
Yeah, I guess.
I can tell you the facts of what's going on throughout the day, but I don't know this kid's life. I don't know who set up these GoFundMes. I don't know any of it. It could be purely innocent. It could not be. The only, I guess, damaging thing I have to say about him and his mom is, her parading around with pictures of the Confederate flag. Because in this day and age, you know better. Like, hey, that's going to cause some controversy. But
it's pretty common. So
but it's also her own page. So
right,
she maybe didn't think that would get out. Because, dude, I mean, once the story goes huge, people start friending you, and then they dig into your whole past. Like, they'll find everything.
Yeah.
So maybe she didn't know. Maybe she didn't think it would get this big, or maybe she didn't care.
Right.
I don't know, but we'll find out. Either way, the fact that this kid is trending number one in the world for almost 30 hours is insanity to me.
Insane.
How do you live?
Find that?
How do you live after that? Like, everybody will know this kid now. It's like the fucking guy who was for Coney. Like, everybody knows that guy, and he lost his mind. Remember Coney? Remember that was a big thing?
Coney?
Yeah, Kony. We got to find Coney. It was about the child soldiers and this guy who was killing everybody in Africa, and they were trying to find that in LA.
Okay.
The guy set up a big fundraising campaign and went viral. Everybody was looking for Coney. His picture was up everywhere. And, a couple months later, because they were saying that the money wasn't maybe going to the right place, they found the guy walking buck naked down the streets of San Diego. And then the whole Coney thing tanked. But that was everybody's Facebook page, was Find Coney or Free Coney or whatever the fuck it was. And, you had the flags and the whole shit. And like, I knew what Coney looks like. And I don't even live in Africa. I never even would have heard of this story if it didn't go viral and was on everybody's feeds. But I mean, that got shot down quicker than fuck, where it was just like, we're done with Coney. We're done with Coney.
Wow.
Yeah.
You take the good, you take the bad.
You take them all, and there you have.
The facts of life, you
and
guys.
Coney. You have a lot of Coney.
The facts of life.
But what I really was sad to see happen was there was another case of cyberbullying against August Ames, the porn star.
Oh, no.
Which, oh, boy. If you don't know this story, you want to talk about a real heartbreaker.
What was her specialty? Do you know?
Just being hot and rad.
Just being hot.
Two-time AVN winner of the year for Entertainer of the Year. She
must have done everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah. She was a good one.
Okay.
Only the good die young. Yeah. She passed away at the age of 23 a couple days ago, and it was because of cyberbullying. She killed herself.
Okay. What happened?
This is a crazy story. She was doing a sex scene because that's what she does for a living. She's a porn star.
I get it.
And the guy that was in her scene was a gay. He also did gay porn, unprotected gay porn. Okay. She didn't want to do the scenes with him. So she backed out of it. And then she went on her Twitter and said, hey, guys, if anybody's whoever is rescheduled for this shoot tomorrow with this guy, I just want you to know that he's gay and he does gay, pornography scenes, and he does them unprotected. So for your safety, I would be careful. She got hammered with you're a homophobe and homophobic responses and all of this shit. And to the point where it got so bad, she killed herself.
I don't.
So.
There definitely was other issues. There was probably
with a porn star.
Probably some depression.
Nope.
Some medication.
Not her.
Daddy
not
issues.
her.
Mommy issues.
No, not her. Jabs.
Abuse.
No, she was an angel, and she left us too soon.
And it was all because people called her a homophobe.
Look, that's what they're going.
Grow up.
Now.
Well, she's not going to, but grow up.
Oh boy, I miss her already. When porn stars and supermodels die, it's a hard thing for me.
It's a special kind of tragedy.
I'd take it harder than most.
Right.
And I guess that's just me caring too much. So a lot of people say I'm too compassionate.
Right.
And I care too much about the world. But when I saw August Ames had passed away, I was a mess. I was a goddamn mess.
So that's what was wrong with you today.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I was in the bathtub most of the day with a bottle of gin. Mm-hmm. And just thinking about the special times we shared together.
Right.
Both on and off screen,
off?
Well, off, on screen obviously was, a lot of hours logged, a lot of watching.
And then off screen was?
Off screen I had the doll. Yeah. So it was a doll, and I'm gonna be honest. I put the doll down today. I'm gonna
have to look this bruiser up. I don't know.
I put the doll into the ground in our backyard, and I want you to know that I had a private ceremony.
Okay.
It was just me. A couple of the dude neighbors came over too.
I was super busy. Working and just real life. Yeah.
No, I get it.
I didn't notice.
Well, I will say this. She will be missed. She will be missed. But if you want to go out to the backyard, I put a headstone up We had a GoFundMe for her headstone.
Did you use one of our like Halloween headstones
and
just like
carved her name?
Carved it in?
Yeah,
August.
I just put grip tape on it, just with her name on it.
Yeah,
and
just AA.
Just because that was good enough. I knew.
August.
So wherever she is right now, hopefully she's watching down on this show and she knows that she's loved.
I said grow up.
No. I
told her to grow up.
But I'm kind of speaking for the show. So August Ames, if you're wherever you are up there, just know that she's in the arms of an angel right now.
In the arms.
Yeah. God, there would be nothing I would love more than if you came out in the backyard and sung that while I buried that sex doll today. That sex doll.
Far away from here. With a dog with a bunch of rescue dogs.
Yeah. Just unleash them. And I was
like doves.
Because I gave
I just swing them all up in the air.
I gave a 38-minute eulogy today. Mostly off the cuff, but it was definitely something you could probably put up in the Smithsonian next to like the Gettysburg Address. I would say the eulogy of the August Ames sex doll and then the Gettysburg Address are probably onesie twosies and the most important speeches in America.
Samesies, twinsies.
But there was some really good news today, actually. And because I don't want to bring you down with, we started off with Anna Nicole Smith.
I'm good.
And then we led to August Ames and Keaton Jones.
Unaffected.
We have some great news today, though. And that was the ISIS bomber in New York City today, who he decided to make a little suicide bomb for himself, a little vest, tried to blow up a bunch of people in 42nd and 8th today. Problem is, whatever online terrorist school he went to, must have been missing a few pages in that manuscript, and he ended up blowing himself up.
Oh, yay.
Yay, yeah.
And no one else?
No one else died.
So just like a tiny little poof of just him?
Yeah. And
no damage, really?
They have a spectacular picture of him in the fetal position, like rolled up, shirt and pants blown off of him, and he's burnt to shit. Yeah.
Poor thing. Poor angel.
Poor soul. But, he gave it the old Allahu Akbar and then tried to blow himself up. What I love is this. How shitty of a terrorist and as a suicide bomber do you have to be to not kill yourself when that's your only objective?
It's like your one job.
Just one job. And you failed. You failed that. So not only are you going to jail for the rest of your life, but you're going to be burned, like a constant reminder of this gigantic burn. Because the kid is like 23. He's going to have a burn from chest way past the testicles. Dick and balls don't be working.
Don't be working?
Don't be working no more.
Dick and balls don't be working no more.
Don't be working no more.
Who talks like that? Quit it.
Oh,
you do.
Now I do. Those aren't going to be working anymore. But the good thing is he blew himself up on the front. So the backside's still going to be working. So
good.
He's going to be able to get raped for the next 60 years of his life in whatever that prison is.
Sure.
And they're going to be like, oh man, were you the suicide bomber? And he's going to be like, no. And then they're going to lift up a shirt and be like,
I think you were.
I think you were that guy.
I think you were.
23 years old. And he's now going to jail forever, which he should, because he tried to do it during the morning commute in New York, which is thousands and thousands of people. Did not do it correctly. And sorry, pal. Don't give a baker's fuck what happened to you.
No.
So when I saw that picture today, I was like, oh man, yes. Something went right today.
Yeah.
Something went right. Because I was still mourning the August Ames thing, and then I saw that and was just like, all right, cool. Cool, because I knew I had to bury her sex doll body like later on in the day, so I was reeling. I was reeling all day. But when I
have to check the backyard
saw
tomorrow
this,
for reals.
Yeah, when I saw this guy curled up in the fetal position, just burnt to shit, it really made me perk up. It did. It did.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
I get it.
I had a better day after that. I was like, oh, all right, cool. No one else got hurt. Awesome. So just this dude blew himself up.
Just this guy.
Whew, that never happens. Super stoked about that. But what I love about New Yorkers is didn't even affect their day. One person
probably were just like, ugh, and kept walking.
No lie, because like I'll gun through social media and like Twitter to see what people's reactions are, and it was, immediately, obviously it's out of fear. It's like, there's another terrorist attack and you're afraid. And then once they found out that it was just that guy and like nobody else was harmed, everybody went about their day. And like one New Yorker, this black chick just wrote, she was just like, yeah, so this terrorist blew himself up, whatever, 36-minute delay on my train. That's about it. And I was like, way to go. Bravo.
Way to go.
Bravo.
Because that's the main thing.
New Yorkers don't give a fuck.
They don't.
No, and to be honest, I wouldn't either. I'd be like, cool.
No,
anybody else hurt? No? Oh,
yeah.
Fuck. Let that motherfucker stay out in the cold.
Get him out of the way.
Because there's nothing worse than cold on those burns, So just leave him out for a little bit longer. Seal the area and just leave him out. Yeah. You're welcome.
August!
Fuck him. August Ames! We might have to change the dedication of the show from Keaton to August Ames.
Maybe.
Man. What if you could come out in the morning and that sex doll is just dug up out of the ground?
I will check.
There's dirt all through the house. Sorry. And I was just like, I needed one more. I needed to say goodbye to her one more time. One more time. And some other happy news. Netflix been posting these really fucking weird like messages and tweets to people. I would say not in a positive way. Like they think it's hilarious. I think it's pretty creepy. I'd love to get your take on this. Today they posted to the 53 people who've watched A Christmas Prince every day for the past 18 days. Who hurt you? Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah. And they did it.
It's kids.
They did it the other day with the kids.
So funny.
With a kids movie where they were like, "Hey, whoever watched whatever cartoon movie it was 253 times in a row, are you okay? Like, is everything all right?"
It's a kid.
I don't know.
The kids have to watch.
I don't know what a Christmas Prince is. Have you heard of that? A Christmas Prince?
Jax watched it. He wasn't super into it, but what if he was if he was a little bit older?
What is a Christmas Prince about?
Oh, it's just like it's borderline Lifetime, not Hallmark.
Yeah.
It's like borderline Hallmark, but it's like about, a prince that comes and
helps the town.
Is Christmas.
That was a beautiful summation of that. Did you watch the movie?
No.
Or were you on Instagram?
No, I just put it on and I went about my day.
All right.
Because I'm a good mom. A good mom.
Yeah.
Okay.
A Christmas Prince.
And I put on A Christmas Prince and I sit the kid in front of the TV so that I can get 1 to 2, 3 things done.
Sure.
So that's what happened. But it's about a prince, a Christmas prince.
And what was he doing? Was he trying to get married? Was he like Prince Harry?
What was he doing? The right suitor. Probably didn't. It was probably like Cinderella / Christmas. Like,
but with a dude.
Yeah.
Well,
I would totally
say,
wrong.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, I think there's a lot of lonely ladies out there who would turn on Christmas Prince and be like, all right,
it's really it's the kid. It's kids.
I get it, but who married the prince?
What do you mean?
Did somebody marry the Christmas Prince?
A girl, a princess.
So she did. So there was a marriage.
I told you, I don't know. I don't know.
Married.
I don't know.
Jesse, God damn it.
I don't know. I'm sorry.
Honestly, I've had a hard day with the August Ames thing, and I don't need to
watch it. I
don't need to know that you don't know about A Christmas Prince. Like, go watch it and report back to us, will you?
Okay.
No, I mean, you get the fuck out of here. Just go watch A Christmas Prince and then report. I want 18 pages, double space, and we're excited, please. Fun fact, though, that not a lot of people know about the entertainment industry or the independent film industry. If you do a Christmas movie, those crush like.
Oh yeah, I was looking for one.
Yeah, I've been approached, man, I would say 20 or 30 times about doing Christmas movies. And there's a formula for it that makes the most money around the world, and it's Christmas and a dog. So if you look up, go to like IMDb or go to Netflix and just look up like Christmas and dog, gun through the movies, it will shock in all your mind. You'll be like, there's no way this is possible. You don't need famous people in them. You don't need anything. It's only about Christmas and the dog itself. And then, you know who they pitched to me to get? They were like, look, if you can go out and get Dean Cain.
Oh.
I swear to God. So they were like, just go get Dean Cain, put him in these Christmas dog movies. They'll be like, dude, you'll make millions in 5 years. And all you have to do, shoot like 3 a year of these Christmas dog movies. And you will just keep rolling in cash. And I was like, so I took this meeting, right? And I was pretty, I was open-minded about it, I'll say. Like I was open-minded about it. And I was like, all right, great. So they came in and made, the first person who made this pitch and was just like, all right, so we want to do these movies about Christmas and dogs,
Wow.
Dogs for Christmas. Like either the dog can be missing or the dog is going home or the dog is looking after like somebody with cancer or something like that. And if this is the Christmas dog and whatever. And I was like, all right, cool. And then, Dean Cain was pitched and I was like, all right, I knew what his quote was. Dean Cain is a good dude. He likes to work. So I'm not going to, the fact that he's done a bunch of Christmas movies, I don't give a fuck about.
I like him.
Yeah. Make the money, like make the fucking money. Who cares? I'm not going to fucking judge you, certainly. And so I was like, all right, great. Just out of curiosity, why do these Christmas dog movies do well around the world? And it was a very simple explanation. They were like, look, they're rated G. Christianity is one of the biggest religions in the world. So you can play these all day long on cable as well in all these other countries. So you're not just getting a Christmas dog movie for America, but you're able to show this around the world and it's rated G. Nobody loves rated G content more than foreign sales and things like that because it'll translate to kids. They don't have to put labels and all that other shit. And I was like, oh, fuck. All right. I was like, it makes sense. But I was like, why a dog? Why the fucking dog? And they were like, people love dogs.
It's true.
Everyone loves dogs around the world. And I was like, well, could you do a Christmas cat movie? They were like, and I'm not dead serious, because they were like, well, you could, but I don't think people like cats as much as dogs.
True.
So I would really want to go with dogs, and they're easier to shoot with, is what this guy said. And I was like, thought about it. I've shot with a few dogs before. It's true. It's a true statement. Shot with dogs and cats. It's totally a true statement. And I was like, shit. I did not know that. So he left, and like my partner at the time was sold. He was like, fuck it. Let's just make some Christmas dogs movie. Like, let's do it. And to wrangle it all in LA and get fake snow and all that other shit, like, was a little too pricey. Mostly they go to Toronto or Vancouver to shoot those Christmas dog movies.
A Dog for Christmas.
Yep.
The dog who saved Christmas Vacation.
Yep.
The Dog Who Saved Christmas.
What are you on right now?
IMDb.
Okay. Just Christmas dog movies?
Christmas dog movies.
Fire away. Go ahead.
The Dog Who Saved the Holidays. A Bell for Christmas. The Three Dogateers. Step Dogs.
Yeah.
Alone for Christmas. Lone.
Yeah.
Beethoven's Christmas Adventure.
You bet.
Shelby the dog. 12 dog days till Christmas. The 12 dogs of Christmas. 12 dogs of Christmas. Great Puppy Rescue.
Yeah. And I bet you
there's a million.
And I bet you out of those, it was probably one of the same producers that came in and pitched me. So afterwards, because I said, look, I wasn't lying. 20 or 30 people have come in and tried to pitch that. After that first meeting, Japes, I was like, I get the crux of it. I get everything you're going for.
Get it.
And I was just, I can't take these meetings anymore. But they're extremely lucrative. I will say this, somebody I dated, I told this story at the time after this one meeting. Somebody I dated at the time was like, I had a weird meeting today about this Christmas dog thing or whatever. Right. And they were like, it was an actor. And they were like, I would never do something like that, or whatever. I was like, well, you should never say never.
Listen to how much they're going to pay you.
Yeah. Saw a commercial on the Hallmark channel the other day, a breeze by. They were in it with a dog.
Really?
Yes. It was not a Christmas movie though.
No, but it was
a full dog movie. I can't say the name of it because it would give it away and who this person is and all this shit, but it was a full dog movie. And I was like, I get it now.
Right.
Yeah. The money must have been pretty good for you to come back and do a fucking dog movie like that.
Your principles just go.
For the Hallmark channel. Yeah. Totally G-rated. And I mean, look, like Air Bud, that whole series, Crush, like, because you think to yourself, all right, I saw Air Bud, just the first one. No, go look it up. Go look up Air Bud. There's like 9 of those things. All of these dog movies. Huh?
I believe you.
Yeah. All of these dog movies out there. It is a big genre and a big thing.
It's crazy.
Marley and Me was another one that really just exploded out of nowhere.
The
book was great, but when they put that movie out, I will say this because I remember it at the time. It was right around Christmas, January-ish, somewhere in there, and they put out Marley and Me, and it was with Jennifer Aniston and Owen Wilson. Owen Wilson was the other one that was in it, and is that a good Owen Wilson or not?
It sounded like Cole Hauser.
No, Cole Hauser is that. What? Arrested for what, babe? For being awesome? For being fucking awesome, babe?
Okay, Owen Wilson now?
Mitch Kramer. Owen Wilson. What are we supposed to do about the dog? What are we supposed to do about the dog?
Oh, okay.
Right in. My Owen Wilson could be shitty. I don't know. Never asked me if I've ever done one before.
That was just off the cuff.
I can just hear his name in my mind. But with Marley and Me, the casting director who did Accepted and a couple other movies I did was casting that movie, and I think we met for dinner or we were playing cards or something, and I was just like, "What are you working on?" He said, "This Marley and Me movie about this dog, you know." And I had taken these Christmas dog meetings and all of that shit at the time, and I was like, well, is it a cash play for the studio? What is it? And he goes, no, it's based on a book. And he's like, yeah, like Jennifer Aniston's in it and Owen Wilson. And I was like, oh shit, it's a big fucking movie. And he's just like, yeah, seems all right. We'll see what happens with it or whatever. And they kind of put it out, and it didn't have like a lot of press or fanfare or any of that shit. And the movie fucking exploded.
Yeah,
I mean, absolutely exploded. And everybody who would come out of that movie was just like, see Marley and Me? And I was like, no, I did not see Marley and Me.
Did you cry?
But again, I didn't want to share this Christmas dog story with everyone. So I was just like, all right, no, I didn't see Marley and Me. Finally, a bro of mine was just like, hey man, did you see Marley and Me? And I was like, no, I haven't seen fucking Marley and Me. Everybody's asking me if I've seen Marley and Me. And he goes, you should see it, man. You should see it. And I was like, what? And it was like a bro,
Sure.
And he went with his wife, and he goes, I went with my wife and my kid, and wasn't expecting that. And he really was just like, still sucking it in. Like, still might have had a couple tears left in those ducks.
Sure.
And you were like, whoa, what? I was like, man, was it that fucking good? And he goes, man, bro, man, I'll tell you what. If you can get through it without crying, like I'll buy you beers. First picture's on me. Like, I will fucking buy you beer. And I was like, really? I was like, we're talking about Marley and Me? And he goes, yeah, man, fucking Marley and Me. Really dropped his voice down too.
Sure,
I was just like, yeah, man, fucking Marley and Me. And I was like, all right, fuck it. I'll go see Marley and Me. So something, I forget what it was. Something had happened, and I was kind of stuck in LA, where I think I was waiting for a render to come out on a movie, like an edit, to be finished. And I had to go see a movie. I had time to kill. And I looked at the chart because I used to go see all the movies at ArcLight. That was my favorite cinema on Sunset Boulevard. So I walk into ArcLight, and they had this huge board up that looks like Penn Station, where you see all the trains, going by or whatever. So I look at this huge board, and the only time I can find for a movie that I'm there for is fucking Marley and Me. So I was like, all right, fuck, I'm going to go see Marley and Me. All right, fuck it. I'll go see Marley and Me.
Okay.
And I go in, and it's way after the release at this point. So I think there's probably only like 4 of us in there. It was probably like the last week it was going to be in theaters. And mid-afternoon, like a matinee, like a 12:30 screening, get some popcorn, get some goobers, sit down for Marley and Me. And I'm just like, man, fuck this. Movie's going along, and I'm like, all right. I can see, like, I understand.
Sure.
Dogs knocking shit over, having a hard time with the dog,
right?
Everything else, and then you get to the end, and at this point, I'm caught up in the magic of Marley and Me.
You get it.
I'm locked in. I just unleash. I mean, I've maybe only cried that hard like 3 or 4 times in my life. And I was like, it was as if one of them was when my own dog died. And I was like, fuck. Yeah. And that was the whole thing of Marley and Me. So I sat there in this theater, and like there was only 4 people, and it was spaced out. And I was trying not to like look at anybody, but like I kind of like grazed over at people, and they were fucking, crying as well. Yeah. And I was like, oh my God, Marley and Me, huh? Like, oh boy, I can't believe it. So I called my buddy and I said, hey, I need to tell you something. I should probably take you out for drinks for this one. And he's like, oh shit, is it that serious? And I was like, yeah, kind of to me. And I was like, and he goes, all right, cool. I'll meet you out, whatever. It was like a wing place. Go to a wing place. Waitress comes over. I was like, I need a picture, and here's my card. You can put it on mine or whatever. He's like, oh shit, thanks, man. And I was like, no. I owe you. Marley and Me.
I owe you?
Yeah. Because I owed him a picture from Marley and Me.
Oh, because you cried.
Cried like a fucking baby.
Yes.
And I owed him a picture from Marley, and I was just like, oh boy, I'm really. And he goes, right? What the fuck, man. Marley and Me? And I was like, yeah, Marley and Me, man. And then I had a man to man.
Confused.
Why?
This seems like such a weird bro story, but go ahead.
Well, that's the thing. This was one of those movies that brings bros together where you're like, wait, what? So I sat there, had a half-hour conversation with him about Marley and Me, how he lost his dog, how I lost my dog, and like we shared a pitcher of beer and just chatted about Marley and Me for half an hour. And literally afterwards, I go, no one would believe us if I said, hey, we just went out, we went to go watch a game, have some wings, and then we chatted about Marley and Me for a fucking half hour. Like, and that's real barbershop talk right there. Because I don't have to share that story with anybody. I could have kept that buried way deep within, same as August Ames, rest in peace.
August!
But I didn't. I'm choosing to share that story. Mm-hmm. And to this day, me and my buddy share that story.
That's really cute.
Yeah. But Marley and Me, the dog movies will get you occasionally.
Occasionally, yeah.
Like Beethoven you were talking about. Mm-hmm. I saw Beethoven as a kid.
Yeah.
I didn't like that fucking movie.
No.
None of those really get me. Marley and Me was the only dog movie that I was just like, oh boy, why
Marley?
Yeah, and I don't know why. Like, and Owen Wilson, like he sold it too, and I was just like, shit.
What?
Yeah, and they had the flashbacks and the whole thing, and like
sure.
And knowing how hard it is to shoot with a dog too is just like, oh god. I got swept up in that. To this day, I won't watch it again either. Like that was the only time I'd watched it, and I won't watch it again for the fact of like that's too sad. I can't do it. I can't do it. And I remember the first movie I cried at as a kid, where like I got sad or like emotional about it, and it was The Natural. It was The Natural is what it was. That was the first one where it was just like, oh man.
Mine was Where the Red Fern Grows, and that's a dog one.
Oh, is it really?
Yes, they buried the dog with the thing. Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Mine was The Natural, and
and Frequency.
He wasn't going to play. Oh God. Was it really Frequency? Is that a Dennis Quaid? That's the Dennis Quaid one, right?
Yeah. I cried at Frequency. Hell yeah. Man. Did you not? You didn't watch it.
I maybe got halfway through it. I just couldn't.
I don't think you watched
wasn't my jam. I know I got about halfway through it. It wasn't my jam. I didn't watch the rest of it. Marley and Me though, I got swept away. But yeah, The Natural was the first one I cried at as a child, and then grown up wise, where I lost it was Saving Private Ryan. Oh. Saving Private Ryan, when Tom Hanks gets offed at the end.
Okay.
Fuck, man. I thought he was going to make it. I thought he was going to make it. And I was just like, get him out of here. He's been through so much. Just get Tom out alive. Like I wanted Matt Damon to get killed. I was like, cool. Kill Matt Damon, save Tom Hanks. That's where I was at in that whole shit. And I like that one got me. And I was like, oh man. And he's up against that tank and he just slumped over. And I'm like, fuck you,
Tom.
Dude. Fuck you. And there's not too many deaths on screen that are like that. The Death of the Dog and Marley and Me, Tom Hanks, and I would say Bob in Stranger Things too. Like that fucked me up. I didn't want to see Bob go out like that.
You didn't cry though.
I didn't cry, but I was real pissed off.
I was really pissed.
Fucking pissed.
I was really pissed. He's gonna have to like come back in some other capacity because I was just like, no,
can't.
Not Bob.
And the thing is,
we're
it's like
spoiler alerting.
Yes, spoiler alert. But look, we did a movie with Sean Astin right before they shot that, and he didn't even fucking tell us. Like he didn't even tell us that happened or any of that shit. So
no, he's not supposed to.
Well, you have to sign an NDA and all that stuff. But I was genuine. Like I screamed at the television. I was like, no, not Bob. I didn't want to see Bob go out like that.
Oh. Bab.
Yeah, Bob. And the last time I screamed at a television like that was the end of The Sopranos, where I thought the power went out.
Yes.
But that was the only 2 times I screamed at a television where I was like, no, why? For 2 totally different reasons.
Right.
But yeah. I love the fact though that movies and television have the power to move you and be able to do that. I think that's what I miss. I know I was bitchy about the state of movies today and how Hollywood's dying, but I think it's because I genuinely miss that.
Yeah.
I miss those moments and things like that. And like, the Golden Globes were announced, the nominations today as well. And it was just like, I didn't, I checked it for DDL. He's on there.
Of course.
He got, but his movie didn't get nominated.
Yeah, but he has to win everything.
He should win. But, I checked it for that and Get Out to see if Get Out made it. And they made it in the comedy section, which, is a weird thing. The other one, the only, because they were talking about the snubs too, of like who got snubbed. They were like, oh, well, Jeffrey Tambor and Transparency. Let's be honest. Now that Jeffrey Tambor got outed as a sexual predator or whatever the fuck it is.
That's a no.
They threw him out.
Mm-hmm.
That show is done. Nobody was watching that show anyways. I don't know one person who came up to me and was like, oh my God, I love
Transparency. It's so funny that shows that show was never nominated for merit, was never nominated because of how good it was. It was nominated for political reasons. Then in not being nominated, it's also for political. You know what I mean? Like
exactly.
It was never like the art will transcend or whatever. It was just like
the one that I thought
making a statement in all capacities.
The one that I thought was really interesting was the new Ridley Scott movie in which they replaced Kevin Spacey with Christopher Plummer.
Oh yeah.
And that was just 4 weeks ago, 4 or 5 weeks ago. He got nominated. Yeah, Christopher Plummer got nominated for that role.
Who's seen it?
How do they have an edit? How do they have a fucking edit? How do you have an edit that fast?
Right.
There's no way. There's no way you would time to shoot it, score it, color it, put it in the movie, and then get the PR team to gas out those screeners to people. Like, that's fucking ridiculous to me. Absolutely fucking ridiculous. And when I saw that, I was just like, is this a fucking joke? Is this some sort of fucking game? Like, I know how movies get made. There's no fucking way you had that in time. There's no goddamn way you had that in time. And I was like, oh my God, his performance was so brave. Where'd you go and see it? In the fucking editing room?
Yeah.
And it's the Hollywood Foreign Press who nominates these people and votes on them. They're in, fucking Belgium and shit. What are you going to tell me that they were over here and happened to catch a screening at the studio? No fucking prayer.
Yeah. They sent it to him on Vimeo or some shit.
Oh, come on. It's like,
check out this cut. See if you can maybe.
Yeah. Forget about Kevin Spacey and check out this one. Tell me how you feel about it.
Mm-hmm.
And look, I have no problem with what they did with Kevin Spacey about cutting him out of the fucking movie and all that other shit and recasting him. But it was 5 weeks ago. And you recast it and you reshot his role with Christopher. There's no way in hell you had that much time to put that in. There's no way. There's absolutely no fucking way. So when I saw that, I was just like, come on, man. What the fuck are we doing anymore? What are we doing? Like, who are we pretending to? So what, you're going to watch that show and be like, oh, man, Christopher Plummer won. Go. Well, that's there was one disappointment and snub that I was surprised by and truthfully a little miffed about, and that was Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
That did not get nominated for Best Picture, did not get nominated for Best Director, or actress, and I thought you could have gone all three with that one.
Yeah. It was really well done.
Really well done. And that director, I believe her name is Patty Jenkins. She was fantastic. And, you know, for the whole fucking movement and the Me Too thing and all of that shit that's going on this year, it was all male directors who were nominated in the Golden Globes today.
I have to say, like, I'm okay with that if that's
I am too.
It was.
If that's what it was,
to do
but
it.
you're not going to tell me that somebody directed something more epic than Wonder Woman that also did great in the box office. When it's like, all right,
I don't know.
Not one prayer could you take one of those independent directors and give them Wonder Woman and have them task that. Like,
is Greta Gerwig on?
Yes. No, she's not nominated for director.
Oh, for writer?
Yes. She's nominated for writer, but not director.
Huh.
Yeah. So I was really surprised about that. Lady Bird was up for Best Picture though.
Okay. Which
is always weird to me when it's like, all right, how do you not take the director of the Best Picture? Because that doesn't make any sense to me.
Right.
So
they always do, right? They usually do.
Usually.
Because you can't have a good movie without a director.
It's also not the Oscars. So it's like, you know, Hollywood, the Golden Globes are, look, it's a fucking blast. But, you know, does it really mean anything at the end of the day?
No. It's like the kickoff to the awards
season. To the awards season. But it's the booziest party in town. And truthfully, it's more watched than the Oscars. So
yeah.
Who knows? Last but not least, Shapes, big election tomorrow in Alabama. Roy Moore. We talked about this maybe about 5 or 6 months ago when you know, they had that primary for Alabama, and I said I saw that he'd won that primary, and he was going to be up for the special election in December, and I said, hey guys, there is a big problem if he gets elected, because it's really going to tell you where the country is turning coming up for the new year, and I go, just keep an eye on it. Like I re-listened to that show, and I was like, just keep an eye out for this, and just remember I said this to you. As this story has been snowballing along for 5 or 6 months, and the sexual allegations, and you find out that woman forged the yearbook and all of this shit. We go back to the Keaton Jones thing. I don't know what's real. I have no idea. Is this guy a little too far right for me? Absolutely. He's way. Anybody who doesn't believe in homosexuality as a thing that's real is it's hard to take seriously. I can't take anybody that.
You're in a cave. Like whether you like it or not, you have to at least be like, it's a thing.
Yeah. And there's one of two ways you can look at this. There is the way of you currently hate the GOP and the way that the voting has been going for some of these bills. Healthcare, things like that, and you're just going to vote for any Republican, doesn't matter, to jam home Trump's agenda,
right?
Which is fine, but when it comes to somebody like this, fuck it. If this is people's best choice and the only thing that they're out there with, and they're just going to vote strictly on party lines, man, you've got to get your shit together in Washington, because if he gets in tomorrow, which we'll have a prediction in about in a second, which I think he will.
Okay.
Fox News came out today and said he's 10 points behind in their poll. I do not believe that.
Right. Can't really ever
same
believe that.
As I didn't believe the Hillary polls when Hillary was running against Trump. But if he gets in there, if you were a traditional conservative in these other states like Paul Ryan or Mitch McConnell, you should be extremely fucking worried, because this will send a shockwave through all of the political system of, hey, if you don't start voting for the things that we voted you into office for and side with the guy that we voted as our president, we're going to get you the fuck out of there. This will be your first indication, because by all common decency and normal standards, you would never vote for this guy in any states. If they do, it is really sending a message of, hey, we want the fucking agenda passed that Trump is pushing, and if you don't, we're getting you the fuck out of there. And that's when you should be really fucking worried in the rest of these states that you're in, because then you're going to see, like, Bob Corker in Tennessee and Jeff Flake in Arizona, these guys that are retiring, a lot of people were celebrating on Twitter of like, oh, yay, we got them out of there. And it's the hashtag resist movement and all of this shit. I think it's the opposite. I think that they're leaving because they are leaving voluntarily. They don't have to. Right. They could run again. I think they're leaving because they know they're going to get voted out by their constituencies in these states because they don't share the same views with the president. Therefore, they're not going to pass his agenda. And I think they knew they would have gotten beat and humiliated in the elections in 2018. They're getting the fuck out of there now. So tomorrow we will find out what happens. As far as the sexual allegations go, it's like with a lot of these people. Same with Al Franken and all of this shit. Al Franken, there was a picture of it. Mm-hmm. Everybody saw that fucking picture, and that's going to live with him forever, and that's what it's going to be. There is no picture with Roy Moore. Right. I don't know. I have no idea what happened with Roy Moore. I didn't grow up in the state of Alabama. So I didn't follow him growing up. He was not my judge, nor a politician or anything else in my life. I don't know anything about the guy, to be honest with you. I only know that he's a judge. I know that he doesn't believe in certain things like homosexuality and certain gender issues. But that's about it. I seen his picture on TV with a cowboy hat and a little tiny gun. That's all I know about the guy. I know some of the laws that he is enforced as a judge, and he's hardcore. Like, he is fucking hardcore. So if this ends up going this way tomorrow or tonight, unless the vote is really close and it goes into the next day, I think this is going to change a lot of things in politics, and a lot of people are going to be shitting their pants over this. I also think that nobody wins in this. I don't think Democrats or Republicans win with him in. Because then, if he gets in, everybody else is going to think they can run and just be like, all right, fuck it, let's do this. On the Republican side, Democrat, I don't know what you do after this. If he gets in, where do you go? You got to find new candidates. You got to start getting rid of these older fucking people and try to find some young, exciting candidates, or you're fucked. Because that means they're just pushing anybody in who's going to pass this agenda. So it's crazy times. But again, Fox News had today's poll that he was behind by 10 points. Some other polls have said that he's up. I don't know. I don't know the answer, but I'm going to go with an actual percentage. I'm going to say he wins 50-48 tomorrow. I know Trump and the rest of the GOP gave him his support in the last 3 or 4 days. Trump did a speech in Pensacola and said that he looked through the allegations or his team had and said he didn't think they were true. Mm-hmm. Part of me also thinks that, all right, let him get in so you hold a Republican seat, and then you can oust him right after and just put another Republican in. Right. And that might be part of the game plan as well. Maybe. I don't know. But a lot of people have emailed the show and asked my thoughts and opinions on this. Here's what it is. And I think he's going to win 50-48 tomorrow. And I think everybody's going to be glued around their TVs watching this happen. This news story has been one of the biggest I've seen in politics, I think, since Trump. Yeah. What do you think is going to happen tomorrow?
I think he'll probably win. But I'll be like, I don't know. Do we want the other guy to win though? Boy. I don't. Everything is by. I hate him, but it's like
everything is by the party now.
Right.
Everything is on party lines. So
I don't know.
So what do you do? Let's say
he probably will, and I think it'll be like fucking crazy.
Because let's say you take the other side of this. Over the past year, because it's been over a year now since Trump has been elected, there's been so much hatred and bigotry towards anybody who voted for him. If you voted for him, you're a white supremacist or a Nazi, and every single thing is being protested. You're dumb. You're a fucking idiot, a loser. Why would you do this? All this stuff. I think there's a lot of hatred building for Democrats on that side of people are tired of being belittled over what their beliefs are and who they voted for a year fucking straight in every single entertainment outlet, you see, like Colbert, Daily Show, Jimmy Kimmel, all of this shit. You can't watch the Golden Globes, politics and football, Sports Center, all of this shit. I think people are so fed up with Hollywood and news people telling them that's you're dumb, you're an idiot, you don't know what you're talking about or what you're doing. That's, they're willing to fight as hard as they can for their own side. And I think this is why this goes down ultimately. Right. But I will find out tomorrow. With that, we'll get to the revolutionary figure of the day, shall we?
We shall.
The revolutionary figure of the day is good old Reed Hastings. Hastings and Mark Randolph co-founded Netflix.
God.
Yeah, 1997.
Killing
They've got over 100,000 titles, 93 million subscribers. God damn it. That is 1 out of 3 Americans. Hastings got the idea for Netflix after his company, he got the idea for Netflix after he had a huge late fee for Apollo 13. It was 6 weeks late to Blockbuster. $40.
Houston, we have a problem. Am I right?
$40 was the fee, and he said he had misplaced the cassette. It was his fault, and he didn't want to tell his wife about it. So he said to himself, I'm going to compromise the integrity of my marriage over a late fee? No, I'm not. So then he figured out a different business model and said, why can't you just watch all the movies you want for fucking $9.99? And he came up with Netflix.
Amazing.
Weird to think about, because Netflix is brought down, almost brought down Hollywood. It'll be a few years, and it'll entirely bring down Hollywood and digital streaming. Amazing that it was over an amazing movie like Apollo 13. Like, if you would have said Howard the Duck, and he was just like, I was just so angry.
Yeah.
No, but Apollo 13. Weird show. Fun show.
Sure.
I'm gonna
August. No.
August Ames, we miss you. For Jesse Wiseman, aka the Jables, I am Ross Patterson. This is The Revolution. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Bloopers.